chats with a professional. Oh, 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 oh. A chats with a professional. With Martin Sobu. A chats with a professional. Oh, 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 oh. A chats with a professional. With Martin Sobu.
Do you think that Baba Obasanjo could be on the stage while these Boko Haram people are doing what they are doing?
The objective of the private organization is slightly different from...
Nigeria is the most important country
of education. The collapse of culture in Nigeria. Even with cheating, we can't pass.
We've not done enough. There's still more. Join us.
And you'll never regret that you did.
There are so very many young Africans all over the world who are striving for excellence. There are many of them who believe that the older generation have indeed failed the continent and are working hard, engaging in so many activities that will bring about a better society. Today on A Chat to the Professional, I'm going to be featuring one of such young Africans, indeed an African American who has engaged in a number of activities to ensure a better society back home. My name remains Martin Sobu and I'm sure glad to be with you. Sit tight as today on A Chat to the Professional we are going to not just thrill you but inspire a lot of young ones towards striving for excellence. I'm going to take a short break and the interview segment will return. Please stay. My guest today, a Nigerian American, a practicing nurse all the way from the state of Florida, United States of America, Candy Stallworth. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Born in America, growing up to realize you're of Nigerian ancestry, would you like to share with us, how you felt as an African child in the United States then?
Yes, as growing up, I saw different activities in my family because I had a parent who one was white and one was African, so even in my school I was not aware of truly what I was part of. But after growing up, and also my father was a pastor, so I was kind of covered by a lot of the prejudice in America as it sits with some people. As they grow up, they are defined by different avenues that are not open to them. But my father taught me to pull through anything that I wanted to become or that I thought I wanted to achieve in life, that there was no boundaries. So my father was always a leader to me, and I watched him take everything gracefully, actually, and I always saw him on his knees and not really paying attention to what the world had for black people, but for what he was raised up and taught in the Word of God. So, and my mother, she was also an inspiration to me because she was the white ethnic part where people would see, when they would come over, my friends, they would see both a black and white parents. So I never had the crossroads of having such prejudiceness in my family, so I was grateful for that.
Good. So what's your area of training?
My area of training is nursing, so I'm an RN and I've been in nursing for 4 years. I specialize in geriatrics, so I help the elderly in all areas. I've learned a lot. I've worked for probably 6 different physicians in my career so far, and I've learned a great deal from them.
You just mentioned that growing up you did not experience some of the prejudices, that children of color encounter, perhaps because your mother's gene appeared dominant in your features, or maybe because your father is a pastor. But how would you describe the life of an average black kid, in your neighborhood then? If the parents aren't teaching the black child what to expect when he goes out the door, he won't know what he has for him, and he won't know how to, when it comes to him, he won't know how to present himself well. But it's in the parents teaching to the children. If they stabilize that son or daughter in the way they should go, they're going to know how to respond to situations out here, which some things they're not going to be able to help themselves, and now growing up, you see children shot, or, black children struggle through, they can't wear hoodies, or different things trigger people to look at them in a certain way. But it's just, you have to be smart, use wisdom, and know how to carry yourself out here, which you don't want to change for people, but you also want to carry yourself in a way that people won't want to come looking for you, because you look a certain way. So I think it's just how the parents raise you and teach you morals and what to look out for in this life, because it's much different from way back. Are you proud to be an African? Yes. Good. So you were very active during the 2014 electioneering campaigns, for Nigeria's general elections. As a matter of fact, those who are active on the social media, would have seen a lot of your posts and activities as far as that is concerned. Now, what informed your decision to get involved in Nigeria's political terrain, even when you do not live there? It actually started because my church, I'm involved in an international church, so a lot of it's political, international. So I just started to pick up a feel for that avenue, and some of the campaign managers over in Nigeria got word that I was interested, so I'd liked the page on one of the threads, and they decided to offer me a position. And after that, I was basically running a whole thread myself and just posting daily, making up posts, and going hard on Buhari's campaign and finding what I could find out to make PDP strong. When I would go low, they would tell me to go high. So I was actually part of Femi Fani Coyote, his whole campaign setup, where a lot of them were hidden on social media. Most of mine was social media as far as inputs into the campaign, but it was never a day that we didn't go hard. So that was how it started. Your involvement with the PDP, has it got anything to do with ideology, or you simply decided to pitch tent with any of the political parties? I saw Jonathan Goodluck as a party where I liked his being as a president, and how he was stabilizing the country as far as what I could see, and
PDP had his back to a certain degree. So I felt that that's what I wanted to be a part of. And so I knew that I could grow it and I could bring it further in what I could give to them.
Very good. Now, how much of Nigeria's history do you know?
I know what I've learned throughout campaigning, and also what my father has spoke to me. I tried to stay heavy on research and just asking questions so that I can learn more. So.
Chats with a professional. Oh, 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 oh. A chats with a professional. With smiles and so good. A chats with a professional. Oh, 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 oh. A chats with a professional. With smiles and so good.
Do you think that Baba Obasanjo could be on the stage while these Boko Haram people are doing what they are doing?
The objective of the private organization is slightly different from...
Nigeria is the most important country
of education. The collapse of culture in Nigeria. Even with cheating, we can't pass.
We've not done enough. There's still more.
Join us.
And you never regret that you did.
So what informed your decision to campaign against Muhammadu Buhari? Has it got to do with what you were told or perhaps what you read in history? I mean, I just want to know why you were so hard on his candidacy as an aspirant and even now as a sitting president of Nigeria.
I was observing actually in seeing that APC and Buhari's the campaign and watching the structure from past with Buhari, his dictatorship in the past, that every time he would try to become president, that to me, a man who's always persistent but there's no fruit involved, there's a problem there. So I saw a deficiency that he was lacking, and also his ethics that were being placed on a table, but there wasn't people there to eat. So if you have someone that has food, but people aren't wanting to eat, there's a problem. So I knew that Jonathan, he held a structural campaign that people wanted to become involved. And I wanted to become involved in something that people wanted in the country. I mean, it's hard to want to bring something that people are resisting. So that was my pull.
Very good. Now let's talk about Biafra. Is your father from the eastern part of the country? I mean, why are you committed to the actualization of a sovereign state of Biafra?
Yes, my father is from Enugu, and I felt that I was seeing a displacement with Biafra. As I was doing campaign with PDP, I was also a little bit involved in the Biafra struggle, and I was campaigning a bit for that side too. But growing up with my father, I always knew in my blood that there was a position for me eventually. So as I was growing in this campaign with PDP and watching more of the history involved in Nigeria and what was going on, I could see that there was a part that was lacking in the territories that were trying to strive for the struggle, that they were trying to develop what has been given to them and their ancestors, and they've watched, and this is now the generation that has watched their parents, their grandparents suffer tremendously, and now they're wanting to do something about it. And I'm part of this generation, so I wanted to also impart myself, being half of them in my blood, that it wasn't being taken serious, and everyone was hiding what was actually being told, actually even through America. That a lot of the leaders that were in position to take control of Biafra were not actually going into the territories and saying, hey, this is going on over here. Agitation starts, but it is finished by factual what is really going on, but the facts weren't being given to America, and people really don't even know of the struggle in America. And that's where I saw God had shown me during campaign that these people were sitting and they had been listening so long to Radio Biafra, but there was like a growling going on, but like everyone was sitting still because they didn't know how to take it further. And I was like, I have got to get part of that so that we can position ourselves and something can actually come out of this. I don't like to see where there's seed put, but there's nothing flourishing out of that. So I knew if I could take it to the States, United States, and that people would be give knowledge of what is really happening over there, and that finally Biafra could see America could see Biafra for what it was, that there would be a massive change even in their disposition. It would bring them to want to fight on a different level. Because fighting, it doesn't have to be killing, it doesn't have to be nothing like that. Theirs is the torment of their ancestors and their families, what they've seen happen. They really haven't witnessed, they've seen it. So this is where I wanted to bring realization on, because they feel different places that America has let them down. And me being here, I can see that a lot of it's their own people letting them down. So I just wanted to put my input and help them come up. So
far, are you impressed with the approach of the different groups agitating for the state of Biafra in Nigeria and all over the world? And are you confident that these efforts will yield dividend?
I feel that a lot of the IPOB and different organizations to free Biafra, which are several, they're just, it's like kind of like they're hearing something, but nothing's, like I said, nothing's being finished, or you can't even see that there's growth. And this is where I believe that there's something a little more going on than actually pushing Biafra's struggle. So you have a lot of people for Biafra and for the struggle, but there are a lot of leaders out there who are not willing to take their position and really do what's right. So you see that, and they're making it more of a business than a struggle, and the purpose is to free Biafra from ever going through that struggle that they have struggled through. That we don't want to see that the tension and the war that is in these people, and that it could be suppressed if they would be given the knowledge, and that you would take and show them, hey, this is a little better, that we can work through this, and that there's a brighter day this way than killings. And you can't send people into war with Biafra's shirt on and expect them not to get killed. There's just some common sense that needs to be placed, and I'm not sure that it's being done. So
There are indeed many young African Americans who are desirous to visit or return to Africa, the continent of their ancestors, but are not certain where to go to or how to go about it. As a privileged African American whose father is able to lead to her home country, what words of encouragement do you have for such individuals or group, as they pursue their dream?
I believe that a lot of them are just unaware of even what Africa is about, their history. Parents are younger parents now. They're not being told, even government in school is no longer there. So it has to be learned in the home and brought up by grandma and grandpa to tell them the history of their ancestors. But I believe that now, if they want to take the opportunities to go see what the lands are in Africa, where their ancestors are from, that they can do that not by waiting to be able to afford it on their own, but they can actually go through missionaries, through churches, their own church. There's scholarship programs out there that they can go through schooling in different areas, and they'll hold them places that they can go with families, and they'll have the opportunity to have one-on-one to see where they're truly from.
So finally, what would be your advice to young Nigerians like you who are in the struggle for a better society?
So I say to the young people that set your visions and dreams and pursue it. Don't look for people to pursue it for you. And in that direction, you will see your dreams come true.
Okay, thank you so very much, Candy, for your time and for being with us today on the show.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Well, that'll be all for the interview segment on the show today. Sit tight, I'll take a short break and I'll be right back.
You make money, I make double. Oh yeah. Turn me up, turn me louder, louder. From the streets to the sanga, sanga. Take a shot like a soldier, soldier. Now if you find me one, you feel me share it. Oh no, you cannot go me my way. I'm fine.
My name is Oladola Oladimeji Yusuf. I am a Abuja taxi driver, proudly known as a Mr. Model, Mr. Career, finally Mr. Nigeria, Majesty Model Health Transport 1, FCT.
Only you with all these names. Why all those names?
You know, by what people see on me, they give me a lot of names. They call me.
Okay. When did you start driving?
I started taxi work in 2015, April 1st.
Okay. So, do you enjoy the job?
I love the job and I have passion for it. It's not because of the money into transportation.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to let people know, whatever you do, don't be ashamed of what you are doing to living. Be proud of your job. I have passion for it. Surely you make it with it.
Yes. So, you are comfortable doing this job and it pays your bill very well?
Very, very well. I'm happy. Anytime I drive, driving is my hobby. I turn my hobby to business and I'm making money. People pay me for what I love to do.
Okay. That's good. So, what's your advice to the younger ones, especially those who are looking for a job?
Yeah, many people are looking for a job. Some people believe everybody believe in it. Only office they can work. But you can be in the street. I've been doing something great. You make your money. People that are working in the office, they are looking for money. People that are working in the street, they are selling. They are looking for money. Because life is about all money, money. So when you are doing something, the way to success, you must attach yourself to something. Keep doing something. Before God will help you to do something.
That's good. So where do you come from?
I am from Ogun State. I do a local government.
Okay. Nice talking to you, and it's wonderful knowing that we have a lot of young guys out there who have passion for what they do. What's your age? How old are you?
I am 34 now.
34. Okay. All right, we wish you all the best, and we hope you encourage others to join you and do a decent job.
Exactly.
I'm sure that listening to Candy Stallworth, a lot of you young Africans all over the world must have been inspired. Do not just sit down and condemn the activities of the older generations. You know, do something. The future of the continent actually rests or lies in your hands. So what you do today determines what tomorrow will become of Africa. Well, I believe you must have been inspired by today's episode. Come next time, we are going to, as usual, feature another professional of note. I remember Martin Sobu saying stay blessed, and I'll see you again.
A chance with a professional. A chance with a professional. With Martin Sobu. A chance with a professional. A chance with a professional. With Martin Sobu.